him. Look at this tub of lard. He can't move. His knee's bad. How we teaching a nigga in a wheelchair some martial... Sorry.
As part of a plea deal, he was sentenced to just 4.5 years.
What? He was sentenced to what? Oh, man. Hey, bruh. No, bruh. No. Bomb the court. Bomb the court. And welcome back to another video, man. BryceDaBadger back with another one. And tonight, wherever you at, I got Disturbing Things I Found on the Internet, Volume 18 by Lazy Masquerade. Listen, bro, there's tons of weird shit on the internet, weird people, weird individuals, disturbed minds all coming together to create weird communities where they share weird things amongst each other. However, today, we're just speaking on the things that may have happened around the world that you may not have heard of or may not have come across. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's get into it. Original is in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, do all the YouTube shit, man. I appreciate it. Let's do it. Much more serious tone here today. The best things happen in the dark. Boy, that was a weird intro. Not weird.
Picture this. It's late at night.
Sorry.
And you're by yourself after a get-together with some friends in town.
Okay.
It's cold. You're tired. The streets are empty. And you just want to get home as quickly as possible.
Facts.
So, you open up Uber and order a ride. After a minute or two, your request gets accepted. And this is the driver who's on his way to collect you.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm not getting in that car. Whoever got in this car, I don't feel sorry for him. Why the fuck did you accept? Nigga, I'll walk.
Back in
Sorry. Shout out to them, but nigga, I'll walk. Look at this nigga in the middle, bruh. Hell no, nigga, I'm walking. Lady on the left, I'm walking. Fuck is you talking about? Lady on the right, too. That look like a damn mugshot. I'm walking.
Chinese social media was flooded with screenshots from users of Uber China, who all reported the same bizarre experience.
Man, what the fuck?
After requesting a ride, instead of seeing the profile of an ordinary driver...
Oh, hell no. Hey, bro, imagine like he just said, bro, it's like 2 a.m. You drunk. You trying to get to the crib. You order your Uber and one of these motherfuckers is who you see. Oh, no, sirree. I'm walking, crawling, running, whatever I got to do to get to the crib, man. I will figure out how to fly. I don't care, bro.
They'd be matched with somebody who looked corpse-like, with hollow eyes and a vacant expression. Some of these drivers had unnaturally stretched facial features. Others looked like something pulled straight from the deepest recesses of the uncanny valley, or from a catalogue of botched plastic surgeries. The images spread rapidly across Weibo, with many users wondering whether Uber had been hacked.
Now, I understand it's supposed to be probably like a funny thing, but dude, this is a business. This is a way you're supposed to make money. You're supposed to be professional. Nigga, why do you have this picture up? I need to see what you look like for real. Number one. Number two, I'm not finna get in nobody's car that got this picture up. No!
These distortions were caused by some sort of software glitch. Some people began claiming that these drivers were part of a coordinated psychological experiment, one orchestrated by the government.
What experiment?
That they were paranoid.
Oh, if the human on the picture looks weird, will they get in the car still? Type of weird ass experiment is nigga? No, I'm not. End of experiment. Let's post the results somewhere. What the fuck?
Normal figures who never existed. As a result, the media dubbed them ghost drivers. The reality of the situation was less dramatic, but arguably more fascinating. As it turns out, at the time, Uber China operated a cancellation policy whereby passengers who cancelled after a short grace period would pay a small fee which went directly to their driver.
Okay.
Individually, it was only a few yuan, barely enough.
Oh, so they... Wow, yo.
To buy a bottle of water. But drivers across the country saw this as an opportunity to print money. All they had to do was accept a ride request, and then somehow convince their passenger to cancel,
Right.
And what better way to get people to do so
Then to look
by introducing
crazy.
themselves as a possessed mannequin?
Wow.
The hope was that the customers would open the app, see the haunted waxwork coming to collect them, decide
They
that
would
they wanted
cancel the
absolutely no
shit,
part of that
and
journey,
then they would get
and
their
immediately
money.
cancel.
The driver would get
This
that little
method
fee.
was surprisingly effective,
Wow.
particularly against customers traveling alone at night. The drivers didn't need to chauffeur anyone anywhere. They didn't even need to meet their passenger. They just received their cancellation fee and waited
Niggas
for their
just
next
sitting
victim.
niggas sitting in McDonald's, Starbucks parking lot, just chilling, accepting this shit and waiting. Yep, there they go, canceled again. All right, next one. Accept. Yep. Give 5 minutes. I bet you should cancel. Oh shit, 2 minutes. Yeah, she canceled that shit quick as hell. Look, I already got $20. What? Like, that's crazy.
Over the course of a night, those admittedly small fees racked up. But what if the passenger wasn't frightened enough to cancel?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, the scammers had another trick up their sleeve.
What?
After accepting their ride request, several victims reported that their driver's vehicle would appear to move on the in-app map, seemingly approaching their location, before suddenly driving straight past them without ever stopping.
I mean, what the fuck is that video? What is that clip? Nigga, that made me... Oh, nah. You got me...
Before
And
suddenly
look.
driving straight past them without ever stopping.
Ah, boy. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna leave this person alone. Obviously, they crazy.
Moments later, the trip would be marked as complete, or cancelled by the driver after falsely claiming that the passenger wasn't at the meeting point.
Oh, wow.
Other users described watching the GPS icon remain stationary for long periods, before abruptly jumping across the city. In some cases, the driver's location appeared to shoot through buildings and end up floating in the middle of a lake.
I'm just thinking a nigga drove by and chucked his phone out the window.
Some customers were spooked by this
Yo,
and
what
jumped to
the
paranormal
fuck
conclusions.
What is
It was
happening,
actually
bro?
a sign that location spoofing
I was
software
about to say,
was
I
being
think
used
niggas is
to
just turning
simulate
on and
movement.
off their locations.
Again, the driver's goal wasn't to provide transport. It was simply to trigger Uber's payment system and collect another small fee.
Wow.
There were even reports from some users who claimed their ghost driver actually did pick them up, but drove them to the middle of nowhere and kicked them out as vengeance for not cancelling their ride
Oh, that's
and wasting
crazy.
their time.
I'd have had to whoop that nigga ass on my mama. Who the fuck you think you is, nigga? Hell nah.
Given the scale of the scam and the
You gonna be the
similarities
one
between
left
the
out here.
profiles, many suspect that a shady cabal, rather than individual drivers, was behind the entire operation. With all of the online attention that this scam was receiving, Uber China took action, stating it had adopted a zero-tolerance approach to exploitative behavior and that affected passengers would be refunded. The company ended up removing thousands of fraudulent accounts and added new facial recognition features to ID drivers at random intervals. But the timing couldn't have been worse. Just weeks before the scam became mainstream,
What,
Uber
AI?
had agreed to sell its Chinese operations to its biggest rival, Didi Chuxing, after an extraordinarily expensive battle for the country's ride-hailing market. The ghost driver reports only reinforce public concerns about the platform's safety during an already turbulent transition. Years later, the story would reach Western audiences through TikTok videos, such as this one.
When you open the Uber app, China in 20...
Connoisseurs will recognize that loop bit of
Sorry,
music
that just fucked
as
me up.
I Love Beijing Tiananmen, the same snippet that soundtracks Hong Kong 97, a game that features a grotesque image of its own, a real dead body on its game over screen.
Huh?
Though perhaps that's a story for another time.
Nigga, is that Bruce Lee? On the left?
This message is sponsored by Raycon.
I have headphones on, man. I don't need no headphones right now. What the fuck? Come on, man.
Thanks Raycon for sponsoring.
I got headphones on right now, my guy. Next, Kung Fu Guy. Kung
The
Fu
internet
Guy.
has a habit of giving
sorry,
old
bro. My
mysteries a second life, especially when those mysteries revolve around a disturbing piece of media. Someone digs up an eerie or even horrific recording from the past. That footage gets copied, mirrored, and re-uploaded dozens of times. Internet detectives begin dissecting every frame. And yet, despite millions of people analyzing it to death, nobody ever learns the truth behind it. One of the most disturbing examples of that is a grainy VHS recording from the mid-1980s involving a seedy karate instructor named Bobby Joe Blythe.
Named Bobby Joe Blythe?
A former Marine with an abrasive personality,
The hell is he?
Blythe openly claimed to have enjoyed killing people during the Vietnam War.
Excuse me?
Boasted that many of his students were bodyguards and local cops, and was rumoured to lure drifters into his dojo, simply so his black belts could give them a Cobra Kai-style smackdown. As well as karate, Blythe was also a pistol instructor.
What the fuck did he just break that board with, supposedly? His shoulders, nigga?
Kai-style smackdown. As well as karate, Blythe was also a pistol instructor, and drew widespread criticism after staging a fatal shooting in front of a bunch of kids.
Staged event. This isn't real, YouTube. There's kids here.
But as bizarre as that incident was, it's
There's kids here. There's kids here that witness a man get shot twice without being told this is fake. I just want to let that be known, bruh.
largely been overshadowed by the aforementioned tape, which surfaced on YouTube in 2009.
This is some goofball
The title,
activity.
Jesus Taught Me.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
Damn. The fuck y'all recorded on?
Like I say, he's a
A
priest.
sock?
He's a 10th degree red belt. And who'd you say promoted you to 10th degree red belt? Jesus did. Okay.
What?
Okay. And I know every one of us would like to be taught by someone that has been taught by Jesus. Correct, John? Absolutely. Because I guarantee you, that's got to be some movements to behold, right? Well, I won't brag or anything of that nature, but
The video starts off almost comical. A homeless gentleman wanders into Blythe's strip mall
He's
dojo in
homeless.
Dumfries, Virginia, claiming that the Lord had taught him martial arts. Since his identity has never been established, netizens have since dubbed this man KFG, Kung Fu Guy. Bobby Joe Blythe sarcastically introduces the supposed martial arts master and encourages him to showcase his skills on one of his students, Black Belt Willie J. Dennis.
Damn, these
It's
names.
clear that KFG doesn't want to physically spar with Dennis. In fact, he says that he only wants to demonstrate around him, rather than with him, and at one point even says,
I just wish to teach you. I don't wish to hurt you. Teach me.
with that,
Hey, man, you
Dennis
trying,
strikes out at
Willie
him.
Oh, shit.
KFG immediately counters with some energetic kicks and punches of his own, and firmly states,
They're getting...
Don't do that anymore.
Okay. See, I know this is a serious situation because somebody gonna get hurt. That motherfucker moving way too quick for this to be some type of little spar. He gonna knock this nigga Willie J head off by accident. But bro, why did you just stop in the middle of that shit and hit a Chael Sonnen, what, how do you say that nigga last name? Hit one of his lines, bro. What the fuck? Don't do that again. I can't let you get close. Like, what the fuck? Man, stop, bro.
kicks and punches of his own, and firmly states,
Don't do that anymore.
I can't let you get close. Like, that's the same energy.
but Dennis doesn't back down. Again, KFG exclaims,
No, just don't do that. That. Good.
What year is this? Because this nigga couldn't have been watching anime. Where'd he get that voice from?
I'm not a fighter.
As the
I'm a
sparring
lover.
continues, Dennis actually slips over and fails to land a sweeping kick.
That's
And
gonna
though
piss
his
him
moves are
off.
very theatrical, to a layman like myself, it actually looks like KFG is a more skilled fighter,
Okay.
perhaps feeling like he's embarrassed
Sure, man. I guess.
himself in front of his class and his sensei. Dennis gives up on technique and turns the fight into a brawl.
See, that's what I thought. As soon as that nigga fell, I said, bro, that nigga gonna get up and start wailing on him.
Grabs KFG, punches him square in the face, and
Bitch.
tosses him to the ground with an expletive. Dennis continues to wail on KFG, who manages to get back on his feet, saying that he doesn't want to fight anymore. What follows is difficult to watch. Rather than ending the fight, Dennis continues attacking KFG.
Willie
and lands a
J!
hit that knocks him to the ground.
Willie, stop!
Unable to control his emotions, Dennis knees KFG in the head, knocking him into a metal pole and rendering him unconscious.
Willie, what the fuck?
He then stomps on his head repeatedly.
Oh, hell no. And then the white man over here just standing by watching the shit. The fuck?
Worryingly, when the onslaught ends, KFG can be heard drawing laboured, guttural breaths with what sounds like an obstructed airway. According to some medically trained professionals who have analysed the footage,
I was about to say, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to hear 911. What's your emergency? That's what the fuck I need to hear.
that breathing pattern is consistent with a severe traumatic brain injury. Throughout all of this, Bobby Joe Blythe makes no attempt to intervene. Instead, he orders his students to drag KFG out the back door. The video then lingers on a trail of blood leading out the building.
Beat the dog shit out both of these weak ass niggas.
Is the trail of the Kung Fu master as he is departing my dojo. Just taken on 13 December
84.
1984, about 7 p.m.
Damn, bruh.
The video ends not with an explanation of what happened to the unconscious man, but rather on a worryingly large red smear on the rear exit. For 25 years, that tape gathered dust in Bobby Joe Blythe's collection.
What?
In fact, it only came to light in 2009, because for reasons only known to Blythe, he digitized it and
Bruh, is the dude alive?
uploaded it to his personal YouTube channel, Bobby Joe Blythe 007.
There's no way he survived this though, cause like I'm thinking, bruh, I'm telling. I wake up, bruh, it was this black dude in a gi and this white dude. He was also in a gi, and we was in some dojo, and that dude beat my ass, bruh. I think his name was Willie something.
In the comments section, many criticized the black belt, Dennis, with Blythe himself even stating, "If it would have took longer, I would have dropped them both. I was very disappointed with my guy, and he paid for a week after that."
What?
But others were more concerned for KFG. His injuries looked that
Victim info, devoted Christian. I'm not walking around, hey man, you Christian? Okay. Now, how tall are you? I'm not asking these questions.
frankly sounded catastrophic, and people naturally assumed the worst. As criticism grew,
Virginia.
Blythe updated the video's description, claiming that the man was a local nuisance who stole pizza.
Sure,
He apparently
man.
had it coming, and said that he had left him in a dumpster for the cops to pick up.
Semper Fi to
Since
all
it
my
wasn't
Marine
clear
brothers.
whether
Man,
KFG was
fuck
found
you and
alive
your
or
brothers.
dead, the video was forwarded to law enforcement. Quietly, investigators began examining whether the tape might actually depict an unsolved and unreported homicide. Many, including Hanford Police Chief Carlos Mestas, believed it did.
Having seen him get stomped, his head stomped as many times as he did, I would be surprised that he survived it or did not at least have major brain damage.
Though the video itself was removed by YouTube for its graphic content, interest in solving the case never went away. Internet sleuths began trying to identify the homeless man and determine his fate. Dedicated pages even popped up to help solve the mystery. Perhaps the largest group, Justice for Kung Fu Guy, produced a series of enhanced screenshots of the victim. After digging through missing persons reports, they discovered one involving a man named Richard Ricardo Dyer, who did physically resemble KFG.
Yes
Thing
indeed.
is, he didn't disappear until January 1987,
Shit.
around 2 years after the dojo incident was supposedly filmed. Well, assuming Blythe gave the correct date in the recording.
Right.
All in all though, it seems unlikely that Richard Dyer was Kung Fu Guy, as other than a passing resemblance, there's nothing concrete that suggests he was. The only piece of evidence that hints at the fate of KFG is the testimony of a local officer. A retired Prince William County detective, Chuck Feldbush, claimed that he actually knew both Bobby Joe Blythe and the victim. According to him, the homeless man, whose name he couldn't remember, was a vagrant who lived in the woods near the dojo, and who was occasionally arrested for minor nuisance offences like stealing pizza. The detective said that he encountered him several days after the assault.
Hold up. The man occasionally was the man occasionally was the target of a nuisance call. Someone who would sometimes try to take food off of people's plates at the Pizza Hut or steal just to get caught so he could spend some time in jail where he would be granted a roof and meals. The nigga needed help, bruh.
He was limping badly and had clearly been beaten up, but apparently was still alive.
The man just needed
He
help.
also claimed that the man refused to pursue criminal charges. No official records have ever surfaced publicly confirming that officer's account, and to this day, KFG's identity and fate haven't been established beyond Feldbush's recollection.
Well, as we know, both of these niggas, Bobby and Willie, both of them some bitches. I'm trying to figure out why we need all this evidence when we got this man whooping a nigga ass on camera and stomping on his head. That's a charge. At the least, that's a charge. I don't give a fuck what the homeless man said. I don't want to pursue charge. Man, I don't give a fuck. I just saw you get your head stomped in. I will press the charges for you.
Even if his statement is to be believed, it doesn't mean that the victim didn't pass away in the subsequent days or weeks. As for Bobby Joe Blythe himself, a candid video would later surface in which he can be heard lecturing his black belts about how he has police contacts and can get away with anything within his dojo.
Oh, wow.
Tolerate bullshit from nobody in our domain. We black belts, this is our place. We can do what we want anytime we feel like it. And feel free as anybody could be in this world, in this place right here. As black. Scare the shit out of anybody comes in that door. Cowboy? I don't care. Because we're noted down here as being kind of off up here. We're noted as being not your sanest school around town. If a person touches you in any way, he's either are you stupid? Idiot.
Take a 12 gauge to this nigga's skull. Not even don't take him out back. We ain't got to do all that. Matter of fact, make it a public spectacle. Put that nigga in the middle of the road. Put a 12 gauge to the back of that nigga's skull, and make that nigga pop like some fireworks. I don't give a fuck. This nigga's weird. I hope he dead now, honestly, cause he was kind of up there in age already. I really hope he's gone now, bro.
The reason why I'm
This
telling you
nigga's a menace.
I've done it. I went back and I stopped all three of them at the door before they got out.
No, you didn't. I refuse to believe it.
And I jacked up all three of them before they left. Lieutenants. I did it. The police came down. The guy was a student. He bowed to me in his uniform before he came in the door. Just say, what happened? I jacked him up because he didn't bow when he left. He said, that's understandable.
Nah, to check that nigga straight in his fucking chin, man. Get your ass off me. Didn't bow before I left. Who the fuck is you? Matter of fact, it's 1984. Go take your bitch ass over to Bruce Lee shit and fight him now, nigga.
And you didn't bow when you left? Isn't that disrespecting him?
Go to Jackie Chan. I want to see you fight him, nigga. Then I'll call you sensei. Then I'll bow when I leave, bitch ass boy.
Now, he could have just been lying to impress his black belts.
Obviously, man, look at him. Look at this tub of lard, nigga. He can't move. His knee's bad. How we teaching a nigga in a wheelchair some martial... Sorry.
He could have been telling the truth. What is certain is
I
that
said
Blythe and his
88.
students never faced charges in connection with the Kung Fu Guy incident, even though the entire assault was caught on camera.
That's what I'm saying.
This has led some to suspect a police cover-up, with the
This
sensei
nigga
being protected by the
constipated.
small-town cops he had helped train. Indeed, some find it pretty coincidental that the only offences Officer Feldbush recalled KFG being guilty of, such as taking food off people's plates at Pizza Hut, just so happened to be the exact same ones Blythe listed in his video description.
Right.
Today, more than 40 years after the incident was filmed, the most basic questions about the video remain unanswered.
Where Bobby Joe bitch ass
Who
now?
was KFG?
And where will
What
he at?
happened to him after
still in
he
the
was dragged
warehouse?
out the dojo? Did he survive his injuries? Or did one of the internet's earliest crime videos capture an unsolved homicide? Nobody has ever produced a definitive answer. And because the victim's identity has never been publicly confirmed, it's entirely possible that the only people who know what really happened have remained silent all these years.
Sorry, this is on my mind. I'm reading it. Justice denied anywhere diminishes justice everywhere. Why didn't y'all just take the Martin Luther King quote? Like, just take the whole quote and just put it word for word. Why did y'all change it up? It's weird. That's weird. Sorry, it just caught my eye. I'm a reactor. That's what I do. I react. That's just weird. Reddit detectives. You never getting away from Reddit.
On the morning of August
my bad.
9th, 2018, 63-year-old Susan Rainwater was cycling alone along a road in rural Washington state, about 16 miles south of Seattle, when she was tragically struck and killed by a passing vehicle. The driver never stopped, and never called in to report the collision.
Bitch ass.
It wouldn't be until several hours later that a passerby spotted Susan's bicycle
Damn, we
in
go
the
catch up
ditch,
with his car?
and her body lying hundreds of feet away. Initially, investigators had remarkably little to work with. There were no witnesses who saw the driver's face or license plate, no useful CCTV footage, and the only physical evidence left behind was this: a slab of black plastic, roughly the size of a smartphone. It had snapped off the suspect's vehicle after they struck Susan.
So they got a hood
With no immediate leads, Washington State Patrol Trooper John Batiste decided to try something a little unconventional.
So it's the
To
truck.
crowdsource the detective work. She photographed the fragment and posted it online, asking whether anyone recognized it. On August 10th, the image
Bruh, these motherfuckers found, these motherfuckers found somebody from this little piece of plastic, bruh.
made its way onto r/whatisthithing, a subreddit where users submit and help identify mysterious objects.
This
The
hood
post
lip,
drew a lot of attention,
this
with
little
hundreds
piece of
of
hood
Redditors
lip.
offering their own
They found
suggestions.
some people.
Most of the replies were little more than educated
I'm
guesses.
saying it's a hood lip, but it looked
It looks like
it
a
could
piece of
be
the trim
a lot of things.
that's on the bottom rocker under the door, like between the bottom pitch weld and door jamb. I'm assuming it's from the front of the car. My guess is that it's part of the bumper, where the wiper for the front headlight is located. Looks like cheap grey plastic, painted to be black. I'd guess a decorative plate holder, or similar cosmetic junk.
Nah, it's too big.
Eventually, a fair few users were able to identify the chunk as coming from a headlight bezel, though few were able to get into specifics. That is, except for one. A user by the name of Jeff's Nuts claimed that the fragment was indeed part of a headlamp bezel from
Jeff Nutt's been a mechanic since 1876, nigga.
a late 1980s Chevrolet pickup truck. More specifically, a 1988 Chevrolet Silverado. To support his claim, he even uploaded comparison photographs highlighting a small, distinctive notch in the plastic, one which he said was unique to that design. Naturally, people wanted to know how anybody could possibly identify the make, model, and approximate year of a vehicle.
I told you,
from
bro,
such
he's
an
been a mechanic
ordinary-looking
since
piece of broken plastic.
1672.
According to Jeff, he'd actually worked as a state vehicle inspector in Maryland. Part of his job involved performing mandatory headlamp inspections and alignments, meaning he had spent countless hours looking at exactly this part of exactly these trucks.
That man been inspected
After
since
seeing the same component
1311.
day after day for years,
Damn.
he didn't have to consciously think about what the plastic fragment was in the image. He just instinctively recognized it.
Damn.
The right person, with the exact niche expertise needed, just so happened to be scrolling the subreddit at precisely the right time. Investigators wanted to act before the perp had time to cover their tracks and fix their damaged vehicle, and so immediately took Jeff's post seriously. Instead of searching for virtually any damaged vehicle in the region, they instead focused their attention on a smaller pool of late 1980s Chevrolet pickup trucks. Combined with an anonymous tip received shortly
Son of a
afterwards,
bitch.
Jeff's lead helped detectives locate the vehicle and arrest the suspect. One Jeremy Thomas Simon,
Hey, that
a
nigga
man with
crazy.
3 first names and just as many brain cells.
3 first names.
Simon explained that on the morning of the incident, he had fallen asleep at the wheel. He thought that he had hit a mailbox, but fled when he saw the mangled bicycle because, and I quote, he didn't want to see a dead body.
Stupid. Stupid. Why would you ever say that you even saw anything? You fell asleep at the wheel. All you had to say was, I thought I hit a deer and I just kept driving. That's all. That's simple, nigga. Why would you let them know? Sorry, guys. I'm a man of many perspectives, bro. I could just see from like, I can jump in people's shoes, bro. And if I'm a nigga that is currently under investigation for hitting somebody and running away and killing them, the last thing I'm gonna do is let them know, yes, I saw that I hit somebody, instead of an animal or a mailbox or some shit. I'm not telling them that. I'm telling them, yo, I thought it was a deer. I swear to God, I thought it was a deer. You know how many deer I've hit in my life? Too many to count. Thought it was just another deer and I just kept driving, man. I'm sorry. I kept driving. My truck was fine. Nothing's wrong with the truck. Didn't get out to check it. Cause why would I do that? The truck is fine. It's still going along perfectly good. Shit, bruh. This nigga's stupid.
In January 2019, he pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide, hit and run, and the possession of heroin.
Oh,
No
God.
prizes for guessing why he fell asleep.
Right.
As part of a plea deal, he was sentenced to just 4.5 years.
What? He was sentenced to what? Oh, man. Hey, bruh. No, bruh. No. Bomb the court. Bomb the court. Make sure the judge is in that bitch. Bomb the court. What in the fuck are you talking about? 4 years. Vehicular homicide? 4 years. Because of a plea deal? Bitch, eat a dick. He didn't even say that he hit a deer. He said, I didn't want to see a dead body. I just didn't want to see it. Oh, God, please. Just give me under 5. Please, can I get under 5? Like, bro, no. You can't get under 5. You just killed somebody with a whole ass truck.
Half of which was to be served in prison.
Half? He got split. He got a split sentence.
The other half on probation. Over
Yo, bro.
user Jeff's nuts.
Bomb the town.
Something of an internet legend. News outlets around the world reported that Reddit had solved a murder. But more important to Jeff than mere internet karma was the fact that he had helped Susan's family find some semblance of justice and closure. As he stated to The Drive, he didn't even realize the seriousness of his contribution until hours after making the post. It wasn't until I read a private message from a friend of the deceased, explaining how distraught the family was, and thanking me for my help, that I realized what I had just done was very real. Someone was dead, and the perpetrator may well have gotten away with it, except for the randomness of the person that posted the link, and me being online at nearly the same moment to see it.
Shout out my nigga
It's
Just
easy to
Nuts,
think of
man.
obscure knowledge like that. That's little more than trivia.
Been working on
Something to pull
vehicles
out of the
since
pub quiz night.
17,811.
Somebody's oddly specific experience turns out to
BC.
be exactly what an investigation needs.
Room 2805. This scares me, bruh. I don't like hearing room numbers. I'm sorry I cut you off before you cut me off, but I'm bruh, don't give me no room number, bruh. I'm never going in there.
The image on screen
Blow it up. Blow it up. I don't like it. Blow it up.
gives us a glimpse into room 2805 of the Oslo Plaza, one of Norway's most exclusive hotels, and the second tallest building in the country.
Norway. Second
Taken
what?
from most
Tallest?
exclusive hotels, and the second tallest building in the country.
Oh.
Taken from the hallway, it appears to show a fairly standard room after checkout. Some rubbish on the table by the window, a spare bedspread rolled up on the chair, the television left on in the corner.
You can't keep telling me this
A
looks
disturbed
normal
bed with the
while I
sheets
have this
loosely pulled
eerie
back.
ass music in my ear.
But something feels unmistakably off about it, and upon closer inspection, it's clear that the occupant never actually left at all.
Yeah, they're behind the bed, bro.
The guest staying in room
Right.
2805 was listed on the register as Jennifer Fairgate. Staff remembered her appearing elegant and well dressed.
I was just looking like, what is that
She
behind the
checked
bed?
into the hotel on the evening of May 31st, 1995. One of the receptionists working that night remembers her checking in alone, while another says that she was with a dark-haired man. In either case, she listed a second guest on her booking, Lewis Fairgate, and as such, she was given 2 keycards.
Okay.
According to the door lock system, over the next
She had
3
some
days,
swag to her.
Jennifer used her key only 5 times. At 10:44 PM on May 31st, immediately after she checked in, at 12:21 a.m. on June 1st.
I don't like that.
At
8:34 and
8:34 on June
8:50.
1st.
I don't like that.
At 8:50 a.m. on June 2nd, and at 11:03 a.m. on June 2nd. Here's what's peculiar about that time.
I don't like that 8:50, 11:03
Housekeeping
either.
entered her room at 12:44 p.m. on June 1st,
Okay.
and noted that Jennifer wasn't there.
Oh,
Now, the system only logged when guests entered their room with their keys, not when they left.
okay.
Which means that at some point between 8:34 a.m. and 12:44 p.m. that day, Jennifer exited her room and didn't return until 8:50 a.m. the following morning.
Whoa.
Where she went during that 20 to 24 hour period remains unknown.
Damn.
Later, the reception sent a message to Jennifer's TV asking her to come down and settle her pay-per-view bill. The message was acknowledged via remote control with an OK, meaning that someone inside the room saw it.
Right.
That same evening, the phone in her room was used to call 2 non-existent numbers.
What?
By June 3rd, Jennifer still hadn't come to the reception to settle her bill, and the data log showed that she hadn't used her keycard for almost 33 hours. Unless someone else was inside the room to open the door for her, that meant that she hadn't left her room in all of that time. A security guard was sent to check on Jennifer at around 7:50 p.m. that evening, and was met by a Do Not Disturb sign. Ignoring it, he knocked on her door.
W security.
And, almost immediately, heard a gunshot from
Whoa! Whoa!
The guard withdrew to seek assistance, leaving the scene unattended. When he and other staff members returned 15 minutes later, they found that the room was locked from the inside.
Man, y'all niggas tripping, bro. Security didn't have a gun? I understand this is Norway. I don't know what their gun laws might be, especially back in the 90s or 80s, whenever you said 85, 95, one of them. But bro, what? You hear a gunshot go off, and your ass leaves the entirety of the scene. Like, you're not even down the hallway where you know this nigga can't shoot you. You gonna leave the floor. And then come back up 15 minutes later. We don't know what happened in them 15.
After forcing an entry, they found Jennifer lying on the bed, with her legs dangling over the edge, feet touching the floor. She had been shot in the forehead while lying on her back. A 9mm Browning pistol was found in her right hand, positioned gently across her chest, with her finger firmly on the trigger.
Cut it out.
7 more rounds were still in the magazine.
Fuck you mean it's across her chest? Who's the idiot that tried to stage a suicide? Why? How the fuck the gun just gonna end up across her? She shot herself in the head, buddy. Her arm wouldn't just then rest across her chest. It's just gonna flop wherever it flops.
She held the gun in a reverse grip. That is, with her fingers wrapped around the back of the grip and her thumb on the trigger.
What?
Beneath her head,
Oh, because they're trying
investigators
to
found a
stage
pillow
yeah.
with a second bullet hole in it.
A pillow? So you tried to silence it?
Officers went to confirm the decedent's identity. They discovered something bizarre.
What?
Jennifer Fairgate didn't exist.
Oh!
The name had been an alias, one which she had spelled 2.
Wait! The street is not in Verlaine. The zip code 7968 doesn't exist. The zip code in Verlaine is 4537. Verlaine is a village in the Liège province, present in 2 other zones in the Wallonia region, and then 068 was the area code to another area in the French part of Belgium. 041 was the area code to Verlaine. So it's a whole bunch of wrong shit on here.
On the form. The Belgian address which she had checked in with was false. The company she supposedly worked for didn't exist. Every attempt to trace Jennifer's real identity led nowhere. As such, detectives turned to her guest, Louis Fairgate, but nobody could find him anywhere.
I'm about to say, what the fuck makes you think that
nobody
person
was
real
certain
either?
whether he had actually arrived at the hotel, or even existed. As investigators began examining room 2805 more closely, the details started to raise more questions. They found no handbag, no driver's license,
I ain't gonna
no
lie, Chet.
passport,
That nigga walk
keys,
across screen kind of
no
scared
money,
me.
nothing with which they could ID Jennifer with. She appeared well presented, having applied makeup shortly before her death, yet there were no toiletries or cosmetics found among her belongings. The only personal item recovered was a bottle of men's aftershave. For someone who had supposedly checked into a hotel for multiple days, she had brought remarkably little with her. Her clothing was equally unusual. It was all stylish and of high quality, but almost every label had been carefully removed.
Oh, shit.
Not torn, but cut out cleanly, stitch by stitch, as if done deliberately to prevent the garments from being traced. Only one label remained on her blazer, which simply read René Lazare, a German fashion house. Bizarrely, no clothing for the lower half of her body was found, besides what Jennifer was already wearing. No
What?
extra skirts, leggings, trousers, or underwear.
What the hell?
Curiously, a pair of distinctive, colourful shoes, which a maid had noticed while cleaning the room on June 1st, were notably missing from the scene. The firearm also presented problems. Its serial number had been professionally etched away with acid, making it impossible to trace.
Damn.
Near the bed, investigators found an attaché case containing 25 additional rounds.
What the fuck?
And nothing else. But perhaps the most unsettling piece of evidence was a plastic bag containing a copy of USA Today. The bag was marked with the room number 2816. All of the other guests staying on Jennifer's floor had since been identified. All except for one. The guest registered in room 2816. His or her identity remains a mystery, though the room was most certainly occupied, as the guest staying in the adjacent suite reported hearing thud-like noises coming from 2816 in the early hours of June 3rd. A fingerprint found on that plastic bag was analysed. It didn't belong to Jennifer, nor to anyone on international databases.
Whoa.
The suspicious circumstances surrounding Jennifer's case have left investigators and internet sleuths scratching their heads for decades. One possibility is that Jennifer was simply a private individual who went to great lengths to check out on her own terms. A possibility supported by the fact that her door was found locked from the inside, and that a test shot had been fired into the pillow below her head. However, forensic experts found it striking that despite all of the blood on the walls, ceiling, and gun muzzle, there wasn't a single drop on Jennifer's hands, nor was there any trace of gunshot residue or singeing.
Yeah.
Many have questioned whether someone else may have killed Jennifer, and then fired a second test shot into the pillow, a way to stage the scene and make her finger more firmly grip the trigger. The use of aliases, the removal of labels, and the absence of any traceable items have led some to speculate that Jennifer was involved in the world of espionage.
I was just about to say, why was she here in the first place? Why did she not give her real name in the first place? Why are these, like, this whole situation is fucking weird. And it's a situation in which I would hate to have to be the detective, to have to be the investigator, and piece together these strings of fucking web that are just everywhere, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say, what the fuck to do. What am I looking at, man?
Other guests noted that she spoke both English and French with no discernible accent, a skill consistent with spy work, though of course bilingualism is common in Europe. Notably, she wore a Citizen Aqualand, a bulky and expensive tactical watch associated with the military. As posited by Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries, could this have actually been a job gone wrong? Could Jennifer have been in a fragile alliance with whoever was staying down the hall in 2816? Could that room be where she actually stayed for the missing 20 to 24 hours? And finally, there are those who think that her alias, attire, and overnight absence from the hotel suggest that Jennifer was a high-end escort. If that's the case, it's possible a client or handler was responsible for whatever happened to her. And, like many in that line of work, she may have been estranged from her family, hence why nobody reported her missing or came looking for her.
There's no condoms. They didn't find any used condoms unless she just continued to throw them away repeatedly. But at the same time, like he just said earlier, bruh, that door hadn't been opened for somebody to come in 30-something hours. If she's an escort, she needs money by way of customers, and customers have to come to the hotel. So she's not an escort.
In 2016.
Now, you would think she is because of these undergarments here, but then you have to remember these are just upper undergarments. He said that the lady ain't have no underwear with her. You think an escort is going to have no extra underwear? Come on now. Gotta use your brain.
Jennifer's body was exhumed so that modern forensic testing could be applied. DNA analysis indicated that she was likely of East German origin and around 24 years of age at the time of her death. Still, no missing persons reports could be definitively linked to her. No family members came forward, and no confirmed identity.
That's weird, bro. Why are there just naked bullets? like they just sitting there, bro. No mag, no nothing, just bullets in a case, a briefcase, a suit, whatever fuck type of case
Was ever established. And so, 31 years on, room 2805 and its contents remain the only concrete clues investigators have to work with. As interesting as this entry has been, you're probably wondering what it's doing in a disturbing things I found on the internet episode. Well, the reason I chose to cover this entry is because of what I found on this website.
What you found?
An online space which places you inside 2805.
Oh, this.
And lets you view it from the investigator's perspective.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This 3D reconstruction of the scene, created by the Norwegian tabloid Verdensgang, shows exactly how things were laid out when responders first arrived, and allows users to explore the room and view the photo evidence. And if you go seeking it out, you'll find yourself in an eerie, almost clinical space, frozen in time.
This is
And
crazy.
meet a woman who arrived with no past, and left behind nothing to explain why she had come to the Plaza Hotel, or why she died there.
Damn. Can you imagine that, bro? I don't even know what she was doing there in the first place. But yeah, shit, man. I can't say that she wasn't doing something she wasn't supposed to be. There was a gun involved. Bro, this is why I said I would hate to be the investigator on this goddamn case, bro. Hell nah, bro. But hey, this is an excellent video from Lazy Masquerade. Again, original is in the description. Go fuck with him. Go check it out. Go check out his channel. Go learn some more about all the creepy shit that be happening in this world. Fucked up things, man. Humans are not safe people, bro. You gotta look at each one of them and be like, it just take one little thing for your ass to snap, bro. Just one. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Peace.